We are now at the halfway mark of No Nut November, the point in which many have dropped out. And you, like many, are still strong. And if you did fail, I want you to keep your head up and continue pushing regardless of the failure. You can keep pushing. And to the ones who haven't failed, you cannot give up. So it is day 15 and you probably feel pretty good. There's a good chance that you watching this video, you have made it to day 15. Congrats, you can give yourself a pat on the back. That's really, really good. And for the guys who maybe are watching this video and you did fail, just know that this advice that I'm going to be giving is going to apply to you as well. So I really encourage you staying in order to really get some good advice that will hopefully keep your mind a little stronger through the rest of No Nut November and hopefully give you a new method that you can start using in order to really accelerate this whole no-fap process and be able to really become stronger mentally. Listen, for me, it was a very long roller coaster ride for me to get where I'm at now. With NoFap, it was very, very difficult for me, and I really couldn't find any methods that would actually work for me. So if you're dealing with some like crazy urges because it's day 15 for you, or maybe you have failed and you know, it's just your urges are just non-stop and you just can't stop. Just know that there is something that can work for you because it's worked for me, and I genuinely really encourage you to try this because it did work for me, and I guarantee it can work for you if you implement this. So it's actually fairly simple, and all it is really self-discipline. Now, self-discipline is pretty much the act of you taking control over what you pretty much don't want to do, because of course it's discipline. It's telling yourself that you're going to do what you don't want to do. Now, of course, whenever your urges come up, you want to fap off, right? You want to watch the hub. And that's what happens to a lot of guys. You know, you end up getting those urges and then you just can't stop it. Now, in order for you to kill off those urges and really push yourself to the end of November, you're gonna have to implement some push-ups, okay? Now, the reason I say push-ups is because this is going to be your form of discipline. Essentially, think of it this way. Whenever you go to like peek on the hub, you know, you just, oh, I just want to look, you know, I just want to do a little peeky peek. No, you're going to hit push-ups, okay? You're just going to hit push-ups. If you're scrolling on Instagram, right, and then you're looking for like, you're intentionally looking for like softcore porn, you gotta hit push-ups, okay? Now you can have whatever number you want to hit. Maybe, you know, 10 push-ups is really, really hard for you. Maybe, you know, 25 is pretty easy, so maybe you should do 50, you know? Whatever it is you want to do, you want to push yourself, but not like crazy to the point, you know, where it's going to be impossible and you'll never do it. You want to make it just hard enough that it's a challenge. Because every single time that you end up failing, whether it's failing NoFap, you know, and you're busting to the hub or whatever, or if it's just simply peaking, whatever rule you want to create for yourself, right? You want to discipline yourself with push-ups, okay? It worked for me, and I'm not even joking. Whenever you pretty much attach your mind to a pleasurable thing, such as watching porn, right? Whenever you attach it to doing push-ups, you ask yourself, do I want to do this? Do I want to watch the hub right now? Because I'm going to have to hit push-ups after. And I know it sounds really goofy, but whenever you force yourself to do that, the first time that you fail No Nut November, or even if it's just simple NoFap, right? Essentially, you'll do it, and then afterwards you're like, oh my God, I got to hit those push-ups. And then you do it, and then you dread the push-ups, and then you're like, dude, I don't ever want to do this again. And then the urges come up, right? And then all of a sudden you go to do it again. And then you think about the push-ups. And then you're like, I can hit the push-ups. Then you do it. And then you dread the push-ups again. And then you increase the number. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I got to do twice as many. And then that's the time in which you put your phone down because you're like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing this. And that was the mindset that I had, okay? And it worked so well for me to the point that urges don't even come to me anymore. And I'm very, very thankful for this because I dealt with it for a very, very long time. Pretty much the entirety of my high school and part of middle school. And the same is probably for you. And that's why you're here today. And honestly, that's what brings No Nut November, everybody together. It creates this like power where we're all working together with like a like-minded goal, and that's quitting porn. And that's what you can do today, and that's what we're all trying to do together. And I'm not joking. Implementing this whole push-up routine of, every single time you go to watch the hub and you bust, then you gonna hit the floor, That's just the way it works, and I'm not joking. Whether or not you're at day 15 and you're still going strong, or if you're, you already busted a few through November, this will help you, okay? This will actually carry you to the end of November. Maybe you busted today, okay? Day 15 and you're like, I'm feeling terrible, I need some advice. Then I'm guaranteeing if you try this, maybe by the end of November, you might fail once, okay? If you've already failed or something like that, you may have already lost some hope. But I guarantee that you could probably do better than you did in the beginning of November, okay? And that goes for the guys who, failed already. You can still try. You can still push yourself, okay? And for the guys who's been holding strong, oh, dude, just do this if your urges are insane, okay? I'm not even joking. You will feel so much better because whenever you push yourself to do something that you don't want to do, you give yourself a confidence boost. And because you get a confidence boost from it, it's kind of separate than a pleasurable feeling. It's a different kind of pleasurable feeling. You're feeling good about yourself rather than feeling something physical, right? And yes, of course, those are completely different, but whenever you do that and you start to feel good about yourself, you'll start to appreciate yourself more, like yourself more, and that's why we are avoiding the hub. That's why we're doing this kind of stuff. And this is why I wanted to share this today, because I really think it can help you, and it worked for me. So I just really think it'll work for you. So I really appreciate you watching this video. If you have any urge killer methods that you can leave in the comments below to help somebody, then definitely do that. And also, if you have a buddy that's also doing the No Nut November participation, right? If he's doing it, then send him this video if he's struggling, okay? It will help him, if this helped you at least. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to place whoopee cushions under the subscribe button's yoga mat so that whenever he goes down to hit a push-up, it's gonna fart. And it's just gonna be really funny. You can point and laugh, okay? So just do that if you can, and like the video if you did enjoy. And finally, be sure to check out this video. This video is about how the hub is destroying your brain. Whoa. So check this out if you haven't already. Just find out why the hub is doing this to your brain and pretty much all the different mental things with it and how you can put a stop to it. So check this video out, find the fire within you, and stay Diablo.